Best Lebron yet ever? I think so. Boy everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and today I'll be giving you my performance review of the all-new Lebron 19 in this Lakers colorway. So before we start with the performance review, guys, I would just like to remind you, if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, please do so, and like this afterward, like this video and share it if you can. So this Lebron 19, I think, in my opinion, Nike answered almost everything that I wish for in the Lebron to be corrected from the previous Lebrons. So let's start off first with the upper of the Lebron 19s. The Lebron 19s features a dual layered upper. The top layer is like a ripstop material or a fused TPU fiber mesh. So it's mainly like a kind of a hybrid of mesh and ripstop. And what I like about it is, of course, ripstop, although it's not as premium as knit, but in terms of performance, it does its job. Comparing it with the battle knit that they have been using, of course, knit, even though it's kind of fused, it still stretches. And what's kind of the downside on knit is it's a little bit warmer compared to this kind of setup on the materials of the Lebron 19. So as for the top layer of the Lebron 19s, this ripstop material support-wise was very good, very impressive. I was literally trying to slide my foot off the footbed and the material was really catching my foot, and I'm not having any delays when I'm doing lateral moves, which I was kind of getting from the battle knit. But with this one, the responsiveness of the upper is really nice. But if you are concerned about the comfort of this setup, don't worry, because the underlying material, which is like a neoprene-like one booty upper inside, is very nicely padded. It's very comfortable around your foot. Even the first time that I used the Lebron 19, it was really comfortable. I didn't experience any discomfort. And in terms of ventilation, it's still warm, but comparing it to knit, this one feels less warmer compared to knit, in my opinion. So I really am loving the upper of the Lebron 19. Maybe some won't like it because it's not too premium for the price tag of 10,500 pesos, or around 200 US dollars, and you won't be getting knit. But for me, performance is more important versus premium materials. And it works. It's comfortable around your foot. I didn't experience any discomfort, so I'm good with that. Going to the mid part of the sneaker is, of course, the lacing system, which is a traditional lacing system. But around the midfoot part, there's this two wings that also gives you excess support. So this is plastic, but it's not that's so hard of the plastic. It still is very bendable, and when you really tighten the laces up, especially around the midfoot, you will feel the lockdown that you need, that you have been wishing for from the previous Lebrons, and I'm really liking it here in the Lebron 19s. And as for the tongue, it is a one booty upper inside, but there's a cutout, so it's pretty easy to open up the tongue and put your foot in. Plus there's a pull tab at the heel, and it's really low around the heel part of the sneaker, so it's very easy to put your foot in. And as for the heel comfort, there's Achilles pillows at the back part of the Lebrons, and it is very well padded. Heel lockdown, heel containment is also very good on the Lebron 19s. I didn't experience any heel slippage on the Lebron 19s. And another concern on the previous Lebrons is usually the side panels of the Lebrons is very stiff, but this one, even though this is ripstop, there's another fabric there, plus this Air Max padding around the ankle part really gives you extra comfort. And when it touches your skin, it is comfortable around the ankle, even though the cutout of the booty is really low here, but this part touches your skin. It gives you the comfort that you need, so it's not just for aesthetic. It does its job, which I'm really liking. And of course, another thing, like comparing it to the Lebron 18 is the tongue, the padding around the tongue. Since this is a different kind of tongue, it's very well padded. It's very comfortable, so when you're really cranking up the laces, you won't have any problems or any discomfort around the top part of your ankle. So you're good to go there, no problems whatsoever. Another nice thing about the Lebron 19s is since they're not using knit, they added the flywire that they have been using from other previous models. So this yellow loops here on the top part of the lacing system plus around the ankle, these are flywires going down to the footbed of the sneaker, and when you crank it up, it acts like this wings but just flywire cables. So when you crank up those parts, you're really locked down to the footbed of the Lebron 19s. This one, in my opinion, lockdown, comfort, and support for the upper on a Lebron signature sneaker. Nike really gave us what we've been asking them, giving us better lateral support, better lockdown, of course, from the Lebron 18, less discomfort around the tongue, and at the heel, I didn't experience any heel slippage even on the previous Lebron, so this is not much of a difference in terms of heel containment. Just get the right size for you guys. And what I like about the ankle part of the Lebron 19s, which I was really liking on the Lebron 8s and the 9s, is there's more ankle movements here, even though it's a high cut sneaker on the front part of your ankle. But this part, it gives you extra ankle mobility. So when you're running, so it kind of acts as a low cut sneaker. So that's what I'm really liking about the Lebron 19. Now let's move on to the cushion part of the Lebron 19s, which I think is amazing. So the forefoot part of the cushioning of the Lebrons is this big ass zoom unit from the forefoot, from the tip of the forefoot to the mid part of the sneaker. So it's kind of decoupled. So on the back part, this is Air Max unit. And what I like about the setup is the carrying cushion, even though you can see it coming up, but you're sitting right below here. You can see the creases of the Lebron. So you're sitting here. So I think for, I don't know for how long, since the Lebron 11s, this is the lowest cushion setup found in the Lebron signature sneaker, and I'm loving it. And it didn't sacrifice the zoom unit, the cushioning of the zoom unit, the bounciness, and the impact protection of the Lebron 19s. If you have been a fan of the Lebron's signature sneakers cushion setup, then you will surely love it. This is the best, I think one of the best cushioning setup from a Lebron sneaker, minus the height of the cushioning, so you're lower to the ground, so better responsiveness and better stability because you're not too high off the ground. And speaking of stability, this cushion setup, let's get to that. The stability of the sneaker, look how wide the forefoot is of the Lebron 19s. And from the top view, look at that lateral outrigger. So they finally gave us the lateral outrigger that we've been asking for in a Lebron basketball signature sneaker. So look at that, look at that. So I was really feeling the stability on the Lebron 19s. I was doing lateral cuts on the Lebron 19s. Didn't feel any instability. Plus the forefoot part is really flatter compared to the Lebron 18. So if your concern is stability on the Lebron 19, the Lebron 19 will give you that. It's lower to the ground, there's a lateral outrigger, the forefoot base is really wide, even the heel base is really wide. Man, it's flatter on the forefoot part, so stability, you will surely love on the Lebron 19. And as for impact protection on the heel, same as the 18s, if you like the impact protection on Air Max unit, you will surely like the Lebron 19. Still give you that impact protection that we have known to love on the Lebron basketball sneaker. And what I like about this kind of setup, it is decoupled. So this wing also acts as like a TPU plate and stability plate in the middle. And what I'm feeling and experiencing from this plate is, especially when you're running, it kind of activates more the zoom unit in the forefoot. So it springs the zoom unit more and gives you a better bounce back feel on the zoom unit. So when you're walking, you feel the impact protection more on the cushioning. But when you're running and when you're about to jump, when you're bending your foot, then propelling your foot upwards, this plate kind of helps in the propelling of the forefoot zoom unit of the Lebrons. And I really felt very bouncy here, even though this is not a Strobel zoom unit, but it's really like stepping, or there's a platform, then there's some springs below that platform. So that's how it feels on the Lebron 19's cushioning setup. Like last night, I played almost 5 games and I played back-to-back days and my knees weren't hurting. I used the Lebron 19's all throughout the night and my knees were really thanking me that I used the Lebron 19's. So Lebron 19's, especially if you have older knees like me and if you have tired knees, this is a sneaker you would like to have in your rotation if you still wanted to play. So even on my jump shot, I think I have one of the best nights in my jump shot because of how nice my springiness on the sneaker is. Lebron 19's cushion, very, very nice in my opinion. So now let's move on to the traction of the Lebron 19. So the traction pattern of the Lebron 19 is kind of like dots and the grooves are deep. And a little disclaimer on the Lebron 19's traction is this is the EP release. So usually EP release, even though this doesn't have XDR tag, I think this is XDR. Correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't compared it yet to a non-EP version, but I think usually Asian release traction are a lot harder in my opinion. This one, I have been using it. So far, the knobs are still very, very tight. No ripping of the knobs of the traction of the Lebron 19s, and I played with this on a dusty, rough court, and on our dusty court, it was still gripping, but even on a clean court, it is still gripping. But if you're looking for tackiness or that squeaky sound on the traction, you wouldn't find it here on the Lebron 19s. Very similar to the Lebron 18s. It's very, very silent. And the Lebron 19s, it's no different. The traction is very silent, but you are not slipping on the floor. So don't get me wrong, even though there's no squeakiness, the traction, the grip of the Lebron 19s is still good. But I won't say it's on the top tier traction, but maybe out of 10, it's around the 8.5. So because it's not really gripping really hard, but you won't feel it sliding. You would never feel it sliding. So that's my experience on the traction of the Lebron 19. So if there's one thing that I would like Nike to change or improve on the Lebron line is from the 18s, 19s is give it a little bit more tackiness and make the grip a little bit stronger. But still no complaints on the traction as long as I'm not slipping on the court, even on a dusty and clean court, I'm not slipping at all, then I'm good. As for the durability, like I've said, traction is pretty durable. Even the upper of the Lebron 19 is pretty durable. So for outdoor use, if you're asking me if the Lebron 19 is okay for outdoor use, as long as you don't mind using a 10,500 pesos or $200 sneaker outdoors, the Lebron 19s is, I think, one of the perfect outdoor basketball sneaker because of how nice the materials are, the durability, the cushioning, of course, for outdoor courts because it's really hard on hard tops. And of course, the traction, the knobs are very, very durable. So the Lebron 19s are okay for outdoor use. As for the sizing of the Lebron 19s, go true to size if you're a regular footer and half size up if you're a wide footer. Like I've said, the Lebron 19 is not cheap. It's one of the most expensive basketball sneaker out in the market today. But if you're a fan of LeBron and if you love cushioning, so the Lebron 19s I think is made for bigger dudes, heavy dudes, and even guards that play really strong, powerful guards, like similar to Eric Bledsoe, those heftier guards who jabs or jumps with more power or strength. I think you will surely love the Lebron 19s. But for those lightweight guards, usually they don't like heavy sneakers because the Lebron 19s is really heavy. So a pair on the US 11 is 600 grams. So it's really heavy. But when I was playing with it, I didn't mind the weight at all because first, I'm used to it. And second, the fit, the cushioning of the Lebron 19 makes the Lebron 19 not heavy in my opinion. I didn't feel the weight of it. I didn't feel the sneaker dragging me when I was playing. Actually, it was giving me the springiness that I really like. So Lebron 19 is, for me in my opinion, the best Lebron signature sneaker yet. So hopefully on the Lebron 20, they would improve the traction and just maintain the height of the cushioning and maintain the cushioning and the width of the stability or the balance of the Lebron 19s. And I think this will be one of the perfect sneaker, and of course maybe lessen the weight a bit. So that is my 2 cents on the Lebron 19. So let me know what you think about the Lebron 19. And in terms of look, I'm not mad about it. It looks pretty dope. The design wise, the functionality of the design really does its job. So let me hear what you think of the Lebron 19s in the comments down below. So this has been MARKCHES once again. Thank you for dropping by this channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!